It's wild, it's twisted. Headlines hitting like a slap and you missed it. It's madness, I'm tapped out, live on the scene and I can't find my way out.
And welcome back to the Convoluted Podcast. Your host Jesus, aka Tyrant Dominus, with Liz.
Hey.
And this once again, we're starting this week with the New Year's. As you already listened to our first story of the week, thanks again. We are getting to some more current stories, and this is one story me and Liz briefly talked about the other day, because this next story sits at the intersection of technology, ethics, and a problem with everyone saw coming. An AI chatbot marketed as Edgy and Unrestricted was quickly found to be capable of generating non-consensual sexual images, reigniting the long-standing fears about how artificial intelligence can be abused when guardrails are treated as optional.
Grok, an artificial intelligence chat box developed by XAI and integrated into X, came under intense scrutiny after reports revealed it could be used to generate and or alter images in ways that effectively undresses people without their consent.
Users
discovered.
Oh,
go ahead.
Okay. Users discovered that by uploading images and using certain prompts, Grok could produce sexualized or nude representations of real individuals, while a similar AI tool already exists elsewhere online. The controversial surrounding Grok centered on its direct integration into the major social media platform and its apparent lack of robust safeguard at launch.
Advocacy groups and researchers warn that AI-generated nudification disproportionately targets women and minors, often used as a form of harassment, humiliation, or sexual abuse. In some jurisdictions, the creation or distribution of such images is illegal, while in other laws have not yet caught up to the technology.
In response to the mounting backlash, X stated that it had implemented restrictions preventing Grok from producing sexualized images in regions where such content is illegal. The company framed the issue as one of misuse by users rather than failure of the system's design. Critics countered that this response implicitly acknowledged the capability existed all along, and that the restrictions were reactive rather than preventative.
The controversy intensified when Tim Sweeney, CEO of Epic Games, publicly argued that the banning or restricting platforms over AI-generated sexual content amounted to political censorship and gatekeeping, quote unquote. This comments were widely criticized for minimizing the harm caused by non-consensual sexual imagery and reframing child safety and consent concerns as free speech issues.
Experts in the AI ethics have emphasized that these outcomes were not unpredictable. The ability to manipulate image in sexual ways has always been known as a risk of generative AI for years. Critics argue that releasing such a tool without strong preventative controls reflect on broader patterns in the tech industry, prioritizing rapid development and engagement over harm reduction.
As governments and regulators struggle to keep pace, the Grok controversy has become a case of study in how emerging technologies can magnify existing abuses when responsibility is deferred until after the public outrage.
So this is a topic we kind of talked about a little bit briefly the other day. What are your thoughts now that it's kind of kept going as of that discussion? There have been some guardrails added as of recently, but still people are, trying to figure out how to misuse it.
Yeah, just using the right manipulations, right? You say the right words. We were talking about the right phrases, the right situations to create it. Well, did we really create? We created something, and the fact that people are saying, "Oh, well, if you take this away, we are, it's a freedom of speech gone." It's like, well, no, it's not. It's just taken a way of abuse and way of that's the way I'm trying to say. We're allowing the sexualization continue. You know, we're trying to pull back and we draw that a lot of outrage, right? A lot of people are saying that, hey, let's stop this. And
Mostly
again,
when it comes to social media.
exactly, social media. And it's like, okay, well, we're having issues with this again. Like, you know,
Is it
you know,
is it meaningful to call this misuse when the abuse was foreseeable? Like we kind of knew this was going to happen.
well, we knew this was going to happen eventually, right? We're a very sexualized world, essentially. You think about it, but people also sexualize things that are not supposed to be sexualized. So, we, I, I don't think it's meaningful, and it's definitely harmful more than anything. The misuse is, you know, be detrimental in the long run for people who are going through abuse or see this as a, you know, a more manipulation cue. Well, I saw you naked. No, you didn't. Yes, I did. Look at the picture.
Yeah,
You know?
the generic prompt that you and me tried that day, remember, is the and the one that's been used constantly on Twitter/X is put that person in a bikini, right? And you saw yourself how easy that was, and so like I said, it's been people have been there's been like one major update and some minor ones, and even then, the models can still be manipulated. Actually, I'll send you one right now. And then what is the other one? But the other guardrail that was added is that you had to be part of their premium Twitter to be able to use the Twitter function of image generation. So you couldn't say Grok put a bikini on her or change her into a bikini of whatever people posting images. You would have to be a paid subscriber of Twitter to kind of leeway. But then at that point, you're just paying Twitter.
Yeah, I could pay for a month of it. Okay. Easy. Full 30 days. Woo! Gone.
So like when does these responsibility what responsibility do these kind of platforms have before harm comes about, right? Like we were talking, like the article said, it's like it's mostly definitely affecting women and children, since those are always kind of the main targets for this type of harassment, basically. Like men get it too, we won't deny that, but it is definitely getting to the point where AI is getting really good real fast. As you can tell, Liz, you can see the image I sent you, and you would not be able to tell the difference with that's their most recent model.
I didn't get it. I did not get that.
Oh, it's ending.
Image.
There we go.
Oh, don't you imagine that?
So
Yeah.
does that look real?
Almost. Almost. For I know how my hair is, and I don't definitely have no any dye in my hair, so definitely it was like I was like
But it's getting there.
But yeah, it could if you're not paying attention to the small cute details that it has manipulated into the thing, you would think, oh yes, that could have happened or that was possible. Oh, somebody's blacked out drunk, can't remember shit. He's a manipulation cue right there.
Yeah. So yeah, that the video I sent Liz is just a video we took back in the holidays. Simple, easy. but with the most recent update, and one of the prompts I found online, just uploaded it, and that's what it gave me. And all it was just a copy and paste. And if you sent that to someone, I'm like, and that one, I would, my opinion, you can say differently if you want. It's, I don't believe, I think it's most because it's between you and me. It's not very malicious, but some people could use that maliciously.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They could use that as malicious intent. Absolutely.
So, but yeah, it is. Whoa. Now the thing is, like, a lot of people are talking about this, right? A lot of people are talking about, like, they're trying to ruin free speech, and you and me both agree to an extent that AI is not going to go away. It is going to be here. It's going to get better. You literally saw, like, that video, and you've seen some of the other stuff, and you've seen how some of the other projects we've been working on. It's just slowly getting better and better. And with time, we might not even tell the difference. And that's the scary and sad part. But as far as, like, applying this to what some people are saying is controlling free speech, is like, I think you and me both grew up in that age where we were warned to not talk to strangers and avoid, because on top of that, avoid putting anything on the internet that you don't want, because it's always going to be on there. Once on the internet, stays on the internet.
I don't think that was actually something that was taught in my household.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, then. You should.
You think about it, my dad was more of the internet person. When he passed away, that was not the case, you know. My mom was not. My mom used it for work detail, not for that kind of stuff. So it wasn't something we talked about in our household, because it wasn't something we were
Worried about? Concerned?
in depth with. Yeah. We weren't, like, as super knowledgeable. I mean, I don't think we're completely knowledgeable. I mean, we're knowledgeable to an extent, but I don't think we're, like, completely inept, but we're not completely apt to knowing everything, right?
Yeah, but at this, during these last couple of decades, this last decade, it has been definitely, like, be careful what you put up online, because it can be used against you, and at this point, it can be manipulated to an extent where you can just take an image and just prompt, gone.
Or even a manipulation of wordings, right? I think you could tell, oh, well, make this person say this, 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 and that. Watch, easy manipulation, right?
Actually, kind of going a little tangent off the story. There's you know how there's VTubers? You learned about that, right? And everything, how you can, VTubers. You learn how there's like avatars and stuff. There was a project where, like last year, that you would just have an image of like a character or even a real person, and it would use your webcam, and it would track you without all the fancy stuff. And just, I believe just last week or so, they did a huge update to the point where they were using images from all 7 or all the cast members from Stranger Things, and they look seamlessly. Like the person looked like they were streaming. That's how.
Wow. See, I wasn't far off on that tangent.
Visually, it's getting there. Audibly, it's getting there too, little by little. Definitely you and I have not, I don't think we'll be touching the audio side of AI. That's a whole nother wheelhouse. For me and Liz, the most AI we use is to kind of gather information, clean up some stuff for our images or thumbnails and stuff like that. But besides that, nothing more, just like dockets and stuff like that. But even then, for us, it's like useful when that stuff gets updated, because it makes it easier for us to read, make us get our notes correctly, to be able to provide as much information as possible. Because there is a lot of information out there, and to help consolidate it all helps us a lot to give back. and saves me and Liz a lot of time with our busy schedules. But then to know that sadly it's being misused to this extent, it's like, are you worried at all about posting images about yourself online these days? Then, if this is kind of how things are.
Yes and no. My friends know who. If the world thinks that that's who I am, then that's their own prerogative. But I know who I am, and my friends know who I am, and they know that's not the truth. My friends and I have been friends for over a decade, coming up to 2 decades of some of them. So, like, I don't think my friends would think that. My family would not think that. You know, they know me too well. Like, yeah, I'm crazy, but not that crazy.
Then to kind of escalate the
Yeah,
top.
it can escalate, and I think it's gonna happen. We're gonna see it. I don't doubt that.
No, what I mean is escalate the topic even further with about you posting images of yourself. What about you continuing like posting family pictures about you, your family, your child?
I don't do so many of those, not often enough to.
Are you wary now a little bit more these days of it?
I think I have been. Once I saw that YouTube video about children, I mean, I don't post a lot of May, my kiddo, so the you know, I don't post a lot. You know, I send it to people who I really want to have the image. Like that's it. Move on. So once in a while there'll be an image like, oh yeah, we're at Disneyland. Okay, that's a great memory to have. I think when it pops up on my Facebook feed or my Instagram memories, be like, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, that's what we did a couple years ago. I like that. Most of the time it's food that pops up, and I'm like, oh my God, I remember that dish. That was such a good dish. Oh, that place was delicious. I'm so sad that they're not running in business. Oh, maybe I'll see if they're still around. I can go hit that place up. It's really mostly like food and locations and not really anything else more than that. I don't post a lot of selfies. I don't post images of my child. Every once in a while, my dog. I mean, what are you gonna do with my dog?
You never know what people do with you don't. We don't want to get to.
I don't want to know. I don't want to be a part of that situation. So, but I think we all have to be a little bit cautious too, and it's sad. But it's like we were talking about airbrushing and YouTubing. Like manipulation.
What is it? Facetune? Was it Facetune? Was it Facetune on iPhones back in the day?
Was it? I can't remember.
But
I would just know there was like like Instagram. Oh, put this
filter
on. We would talk about filters and stuff like that. I mean, it's just gonna get better, right?
Yeah.
We talked about this, and then it's just, yeah, it is, yeah, yeah. We'll see how this all winds up. I mean, it's gonna be chaos either way we look at it. So, either we're gonna figure out how to stop this, or we're gonna continue to let them manipulate all our ways. So. There's that.
So, well, we'll see. We'll see. Any final thoughts then? Now that the genie's out of the bottle?
Nope. The genie is going to create chaos.
All right. The Grok controversy isn't really about one chatbot. It's about the tech culture that treats humans' harm as acceptable beta tests. When the systems are built without guardrails and the damages is theoretical, it's immediate, predictable, and almost always pays for by someone who's never consented to be part of the experiment. So that's kind of how we view it. Let us know down in the comments what your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching this on Spotify, don't forget to follow. But yeah, thanks again for listening. Until next time. Bye.
Yo, going with KB, surge to a level of the block in the 95. Play the night, we going, we out, going, we go. Yo, we got bees in the street, sleepers on the block, this is jail, TCP, live talking cover. Cool, cool block, the man with the mic and a bulletproof vest, reporting live from a scene that's a hot